Hi, I'm Jaclyn. Thank you for coming back to my channel and watching this video. I am currently in my last semester of the Bachelors of Social Work program at my school. In today's video, I am going to give a little overview of the Bachelors of Social Work program, and I really hope that this helps prospective social work students or people looking to see if social work is right for them and give them a little bit of the information and experience that I went through. This information is going to be based off the program at my school. I go to school in the New England area of the United States, but I have heard that social work programs all over the United States are very similar. So to start, a Bachelor's of Social Work program is general social work information. So when you go into your Master's of Social Work, it's more of a specific, precise path that you're going down. In my school, you get to choose between like a macro path or a clinical path, but the Bachelor's of Social Work program is very much like generalist Bachelor's of Social Work info. It's not specific to a career path necessarily. You get a little bit of everything. In my program in particular, we need 70 to 80 credits in the program total. I am also going to throw in my program's expectations when you're in the Bachelor's of Social Work program, and I think that this pertains to everyone's program. So a couple of key points that I'm going to hit on is really the type of person that I feel like would be really great for social work, and these are kind of the expectations that a lot of programs have because it pertains to social work. So number one is going to be demonstrate ethical and professional behavior, understanding and engage diversity in social work practice, advance human rights, social, economic, and environmental justice, engage in policy practice, engage in research-informed practice and practice-informed research, and use engagement, assessment, intervention, and evaluation skills in their practice. So before applying to your program, your school is probably going to ask you to do general education classes first. You're going to a four-year college or university. Usually the first 2 years are your general education classes, and the last 2 years would be your major. If you start off for the first 2 years doing general education classes at a community college, that is perfectly fine too, and it saves you a lot of money. Just make sure that the credits that you take at a community college will transfer over to the four-year college or university that you go to for the social work program. So from my experience, there have been 2 years of the social work program actually in the social work classes being accepted into the program, that type of thing. So that is 4 semesters total. What happened in my case was halfway through the first semester of my social work program, so not my first year of college, but the first year that I actually entered into taking social work classes, halfway through that first semester, I filled out a paper regarding my internship. This internship application asked what your top choice was, what the population you want to go into, you think you want to go into, and the environment you think you'd like to go into. So for me, I put mental health as my first choice. We also got 2 alternate choices. So these are choices that if you don't get into your top choice in your internship field or your preferred population, you have 2 alternates to fall back on that the school can place you in. I also filled out my application for the actual Bachelor's of Social Work program at this time. So that application process was basically having to write a 6 to 8 page personal statement. They gave you, I think, like 5 or 6 questions that you had to answer in that personal statement, and it's all about how you would be as a social worker, what your morals and values are, what kind of person you are, that type of thing. They are probably also going to ask you for transcripts from the school you're at and the schools you've been at prior to applying to the program. So I did have to give them school transcripts. And the other thing was recommendation letters. So probably from like your boss or your manager at your job, or teachers that really know your work. They probably will ask for recommendation letters during that BSW application process. Now, the 6 to 8 page personal statement might sound a little scary, but I promise it's not. It actually is a really cool thing that you get to go through for yourself. It asks you kind of what led you to getting here today? What led you to wanting to be a social worker? Why do you want to be a social worker? Why do you want to go into this program? And it really has you sit down and reflect as to why you think that you would be a great social worker. So I would definitely have that in mind for yourself before you go and apply. Just definitely recommend to have a little bit of a reason and a little backstory as to why you think you'd be a great social worker, what motivates you. Personally, a lot of aspects of social work motivate me. I am really into social justice. I'm really into the mental health field. I want to help people. My own personal experience has also led me to go into social work. So yeah, I really would recommend having those kind of questions floating in your head a little bit if you have to write a personal statement for your program. So then I got a letter of acceptance to the Bachelor's of Social Work program, and that was probably like a month after I gave in the application. During this time, I was taking classes though. So I'm going to give you a little overview of the types of classes that I had to take during my time at the social work program. This is not including general education classes because, like I said, the general education classes usually come before your program. So gen eds would be like art, science, English, math, that type of thing. So this is kind of the classes, the chunk of classes that they mixed in with the social work program. And that doesn't just include social work classes. I had to take things like American government, social psychology and human development, and then we had a diversity and oppression 1 class, which was all about individuals and small groups. Then there was a diversity and oppression 2 class, which was large macro practice groups, general social work practice, policy analysis, social work research methods, theories and models, fieldwork seminar, and fieldwork, which was the internship. I'm going to link my videos that I've done below all about each semester that I've been in the social work program so far. I have my first, second, and third semester recorded and up on my channel, so I will link those below because that goes more into depth about each of these classes and the semesters that I've been through. So now we can talk about internships, and as far as I know, all social work programs require you to do an internship, which is basically going out into the field and practicing your social work skills. Most of the time internships are unpaid, but sometimes they are paid. I got really lucky and got a paid internship, and sometimes these paid internships will hire you as an employee, and that's how they pay you and put them on your payroll, put you on their payroll. So just make sure that if you do get a paid internship, that the agency isn't treating you like an employee. Make sure they are treating you like an intern, because you don't want to be stuck in a position where you're kind of the person that they just go to get coffee, or put too much work on you, or put things that aren't social work related on your plate. You really want to focus and hone in on learning social work skills during this time. And sometimes when you have a paid internship, that employee intern boundary can be crossed, I guess. So for my personal program, we had to go on an interview for our agency. The school placed us in the agency that we were going to go to, so that was already picked out for us and found for us. But I also had to go on an interview, even though the place was basically already kind of accepting you as an intern. And I really like this because it kind of started you out on your work journey, because every job is probably going to interview you. So just to get a little bit of experience with that was really helpful. And how my internship process worked was the last semester of my junior year, so my second semester into the social work program, I was shadowing somebody from my agency. So I wasn't really doing any like work per se. I didn't have like a caseload of people. I was there to shadow and really just take the agency in. This shadowing was 8 hours a week for me. The last year of the program, which I'm currently in now, semesters 3 and 4, I have a caseload, and that means I have 3 clients, and my particular job at my agency is to have a client caseload, but it's actually like doing the work, going in and having those notes to do and actually talking to clients, getting involved. That's basically the last year of the social work program, is really putting all the skills you've learned in the first year into place. This is 16 hours a week, so basically my whole last year of the social work program totals out to 448 hours total of internships, and that is on top of classes. With my program, there is an internship seminar class attached to the internship. So it is a class where basically we go in and we talk. The professor gives us opinions, and she gives us all this like feedback according to what happened at our internship that week. So I wouldn't get too afraid of the whole internship process, because usually programs do have professors there or classes there that will help you along the way. You're never alone. The whole point of an internship is to learn, so you're not really just thrown into a work field and expected to do everything. I have personally learned so much in my internship, and I think actually being out in the field will teach you a lot, and maybe even some instances more than a book can teach you. Social work is so hands-on and personal that the internship and the classes all combined together really do give you that great education that you need for a general social work degree. So I hope you check out my other videos that I've linked below that, like I said, go into more detail about each of these semesters. But I do want to leave on a note of just giving you a little overview of the fact that social work is so diverse and you can go down so many different paths with it. There is everything from medical social work to child welfare to family counseling to entry-level positions with a bachelor's of social work degree. You can go in so many directions, like clinical wise or macro wise, and work with large communities, small communities, individuals. There are so many different options to go down with social work. So I really highly suggest it if you are the type of person who wants to help people and has a caring, empathetic heart, and likes to be an advocate for people who sometimes don't have their voices heard, who advocate for marginalized populations, who doesn't discriminate based on who a person is and wants to see the root of the problem and help them with it and not just kind of judge automatically and kind of blame the victim. There are just so many different types of social work that it would take me a whole video to go through them, but just like Google searching a little bit will really help you out with that if you want to know the type of things you can do with a bachelor's of social work degree. So that is it for this video, and I really hope that it gave you a little bit of information if you are looking to go into a bachelor's of social work program. Please leave any questions you have below and like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos.